So I'm here today with NMTV and Peter Logan at Ironworks just outside of Middlesbrough for the first round of the British Sidecars. So I'm stood outside the van of our British champs. We've got Brett Wilkinson and then Joe Millard in the passenger. So we're just going to wait for them to come back from practice and see how they're feeling about today and the upcoming season. So what are you thinking of the track today? How are you finding it?
Track, it seems when you ride it, it's really one-liney, so it's going to be hard to pass, so I need to get a good start. So.
Is there any sort of strategies that you're going to put in place for today? Just as you were saying about the track, has that changed your approach to the racing today?
Yeah, you really need a good start, so you can't let anyone get away at the front. I think if we're following someone, we can pass them, so we're fast enough, so yeah.
And what are you looking forward to this season? Any favourite tracks are you going to ride, or just anything that sticks out to you for the upcoming season?
Yeah, I'm happy Canada Heights is back on the calendar. It's probably my favourite track in England, so yeah, can't wait for that one.
So yeah, I just want to ask you how you're feeling about today. Is there anything that you've noticed that you're really looking forward to for today?
Looking forward to the end of the day, see where we end up, because the track's a nice track to ride. It's going to be really difficult to race, to overtake, so we need to get out the start. It's really quite physical, so hopefully that'll play into our hands, but we'll just see how it goes.
Obviously you two are really successful as a team. Have you got a little secret for why you're so successful?
No, not really, just work hard in the gym at home, and then it all comes together on the weekends. You know, we get on really well, so that always helps. We're like a happy team, win or lose, you know, we're happy, so it's just have fun.
Brilliant. Yeah. So how are you finding today? How are you finding the track? Anything that you think really sticks out to you?
Yeah, the track's really good actually. It's been prepped perfectly. We rode yesterday as well, the neck champions, a bit softer, but it is completely different today, so I'm sure it's going to cut up and get a bit deep, but we're looking forward to it.
Is there anything that you're going to change about your riding from yesterday to today because of that?
We didn't really ride that great yesterday, to be honest, when we sorted out a bit for the last race, but then like I say, today the track is completely different, so you can probably be a bit more aggressive and make a few less mistakes, so be a bit looser really.
So you're quite the one to watch for this season. How are you finding that? How do you think you're going to do? If you're going to predict it, how do you think it's going to go?
Well, we come to win every time, so that's the plan, but there's a lot of fast teams, like you've got Brett and Joe and Jake and Josh and Stuart and Lewis. I think we're all going to be mixing up for wins all year, so it's going to be exciting for us racing and for people watching. So.
Thank you. Bill, so how are you finding Ironworks today?
Yeah, the track's really good, enjoying it. It's a little bit, I think it's going to be really hard racing, but it's going to be good for the fans.
Brilliant. Have you ridden here before, or is this completely unfamiliar?
I rode it yesterday.
Brilliant. How did you get on yesterday? Did you find that better, or do you think today is going to be a bit better for you?
Today's definitely going to be harder. Yesterday there weren't so many strong teams riding. Today there's a lot of strong teams in with some good racing.
Who would you say, if you were going to pick one person to be your biggest competition, that you're really just going to set your eyes on for this season?
I've not really got a person. I just want to try and finish in the top 4 in the British, really.
So will you just tell me a bit about your passenger and the team that you two are?
We're a new team this year. Ryan's had a few years out and he's just come back last year at the end of the year, so we've been out a few times, but you really couldn't go as fast on these bikes without having a top passenger on. They are critical to the team. Like you say, a lot of them get left out and don't get a lot of praise for what they do, but they are one of the main keys you need to be fast.
Bill, so how are you finding today? Are you looking forward to it?
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be difficult today because I haven't ridden since the last meeting last year. I haven't ridden for about 7 months. So it's going to be a bit of an eye-opener today with the fitness and everything, but I'm sure once I get into it, I'll be okay. I just need a bit of time to get used to the track, the bike and my new passenger. So.
Yeah, the muscle memory might need to kick in a bit there. Is there anything that you're changing just because of you being off for quite a while?
Just try and ride a steady pace today, because if I try and push my hard pace, I'm not going to go the distance just because of the lack of bike time. So I'm just going to get out the start, ride as quick as I feel I can, and then build on the first race, because until the first race is done, the races are longer this year. They're 25 minutes plus 2 instead of 20. So I need to figure out the pace that everyone's riding at. I think once I've done the first race, I'll be fine. Everything will just come back. But I need to get a race under me to get things rolling again. So we should be all right.
Is there anything you're looking forward to this season? I mean, you were mentioning today about what you're looking forward to.
I'm looking forward to it mainly because last year was hard work, because obviously I finished third in the British Championship last year. I absolutely worked like unbelievable amount of hours last year, training, riding, and it took a lot out of me, if I'll be honest. So this year I just went, I'm just going to relax, I'm going to enjoy it this year and go back to racing for fun, because honestly last year was good, I enjoyed the results, but I think I burnt a lot of the fun out of it. So this year I'm sort of just taking a bit more of a laid back attitude, and I'm just going to enjoy the racing this year and have fun with it. So, and if the results come, they come. Do you know what I mean? So see what happens.
So how important do you think it is for you and your passenger to be a good team?
Yeah, well, the passengers, like, in our sport, you're only as good as the guy next to you. So you could be the best rider in the world, but without the decent passenger, you're wasting your time. And luckily for me this year, I've got Harley Lloyd back, who is one of the best passengers I've ever ridden with. I rode with him for 3 seasons from 2016 to 2018. We haven't ridden together since 2018, but I know he's going to be brilliant. He's going to be exactly where I need him to be. It's just me that's going to need to play catch up this year. But without him as a rider, you're useless. You've got to have a passenger that's as good as you are, otherwise you're never going to get anywhere.
So just tell me a little bit about what's happened with the bike.
Yeah, so we had a good day yesterday, pace and results, but we struggled for the finishes, and in the last race we were lying in second, and the bike ground to a halt coming into a corner after landing on the jump, and straight away we thought we'd seize the motor, but we spent a lot of hours on it last night trying to figure out what actually happened. We've gone for all the electrics, so this morning we've decided to put our spare engine in, but we've never used it before, so we're just going to have to see how it goes today and hope it gets us through the day.
Brilliant. So have you started to figure out what's wrong with it, or is it going to be one of those ones where you've got to take a time and proper tear it apart?
We think it's going to have to be taken all apart and make sure all the internals are good and go through what's intact and what's not, and hopefully it's not too big of a job.
So will you be taking it a bit easier, or do you think you're still going to absolutely send it today?
First round of the British, so I can say I'll take it easy, but when you get out there it's a different story.
Bye.